What's happening in YTPC? It's George 416 Piper. Enjoying my first double espresso of the day. Cheers. This is a VR to Greg at the Tunnel Take, who I believe did a VR to the Volunteer Piper. And it's another chain VRs for, in this case, your two worst tobaccos. And you have to nominate 3 people. So this was kind of tough for me. I had to do thinking on the second one, not so much what the first one was, because the first one I knew right away. Not surprisingly, they're both aromatics. I had to consult my first journal as to which one of the blends, hate is such a strong word. I didn't hate, but I probably didn't like the most. So there were a few blends that when I first started smoking, they really sucked. And I don't think it was the blend itself. It's just, I think it was me breaking in the new cobs and just figuring out how to smoke. So my cadence probably wasn't that great. I don't think I started with the breath method when I first started, so I think that all played a factor into my first blends not being that great. So the first blend that I ever smoked was New Minster number 23, which is blackberry and brandy. Like I said, for the first several bowls, it really sucked. But I kept at it, and then near the end, I ended up really enjoying that blend. But that's not why you're here. The 2 blends that I chose actually had the opposite effect. And I'll get into those in a minute. Doing a little housekeeping. I don't know if I'm going to be smoking today. This week has been really cold. It's currently, I'm checking my notes, I wrote it down. It's minus 13 Celsius, which is a little over 8 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and it feels like minus 18 Celsius, which is, according to my calculator, minus 0.4 Fahrenheit outside right now. So I have no idea if I'm going to go into my shed. I don't think my shed's going to make much of a difference because I don't have the shed of Serenity or the TARDIS, or Mike Rondeau shed is awesome. I don't have Beans 316 Man Cave, which is amazing, or Ben's Smoker's Lounge / office. Like, those are all like awesome places you can just leave your house and go have a great smoke. My shed's just a shed, so when it's cold, it's not much warmer inside. But if I do end up having a smoke, it's gonna be in my Calabrese Metamorphosis. I don't know. I think it's an apple. It could be a Prince. I don't know if it's too big to be an I don't know. I like it. That's what, if I have a smoke, I'll be smoking in. And what I will be smoking, which I have been smoking lately, is, I don't think you can see that. Lane Limited. It's Lane Limited HGL. I've been enjoying it. If you want a more detailed description of it, Charlie, Boca de Boynton, just did a video on it. It was great. He breaks down what's in it, and it's an enjoyable smoke. Now, back to why you're here. The 2 blends that I chose, they started off okay. They were pretty good. But then they just, near the end, you know, most blends tend to get better. These ones just got worse and worse and worse. And what happened, I found, in both of them is that they just lost flavor completely. The one that's probably not as bad as the other was Harvest Moon by Hearth and Home. I think I even commented recently to All Briar'd Up, John, that I actually liked this one. And I did like it initially, but then when I started looking through my journal, I noticed that it started going from here, and then the rating system just kept going lower and lower and lower. It's just because it kept losing flavor. and I didn't end up enjoying it at the end. So that's my first least favorite smoke, Hearth and Home Harvest Moon. But the one that I absolutely remember without any doubt that I didn't like at the end at all. And again, this one started off okay. It was pretty good. It was flavorful, and I know there's a lot of you out there that love this blend, and you're probably gonna hate me for it. But every time this blend gets great reviews, I'm like, why? I don't understand why. How are you getting these flavors out of it? But my first or number one ranked least favorite tobacco is got to be Cornell and Deal's Autumn Evening. Great tin note. I mean, even the jar after I washed it, I washed it a few times and it still had the note in it. So I just jarred up some heavy Latakia blend in it, and that should drown it out pretty quick. But it just, when I first started smoking it, it was good or okay. I got some flavors out of it, but then near the end, it was just nothing. It was just like, it tasted like, I don't know, wet ash or something. I didn't like it at all. So that was one of the first tobaccos that I realized I wasn't gonna be buying any more of. Maybe, who knows, maybe in a few years, I'll try to give it a second chance, but right now, I'm not having it. So those are my two blends. Now I gotta pick 3 nominees. The first time I did this kind of video for the 3 most liked blends, or not the 3 most liked, sorry, the 5 blends, the 5 blend challenge. I don't think too many people that I called out realized that I was calling them out, so I'm gonna have to like tag them somehow on the title or something. But the 3 people are Mark, Northeast Piper UK. I'd love to hear what your 2 most despised or least liked blends are. Doug, Curmudgeon Piper. Definitely want to get a curmudgeon's take on the 2 worst blends you've ever tried. And I'm going to circle back to the guy who started out all these chains, the original, John Buckeye Piper. I want to hear what your 2 worst blends are. So that's it for me for now. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you manage to smoke a pipe, you smile at life. Cheers and take care, everybody.